I've never listened to Alice in Chains. I'm super stoked. Let's do it. Everyone started to listen to this unplugged version, so we're doing that. Sounds like it's going to be a sad one. I love when bands come out one by one like this. They kind of just all add to each other. It sounds so Oh my gosh, his voice. We gotta pause for a second. This is haunting. This like feels like depression in my body. Like it feels like, yet I fight. I fight this battle all alone, no one to cry to, no place to call home. Like that feeling is so weighty. It's so heavy to carry. And it's interesting because as the one who wrote this song and is singing it, he actually has all of these people around him, like literally in his band, that he could speak to, he could talk to, he could open up to. It's just an interesting thing to know. I don't know their relationship. I was reading a Rolling Stone article about them earlier, and it said that they would oscillate between being really close and then being really far away. And then when they were really close, it felt like almost like this enmeshment. And, a lot of it was Lane's drug addiction. He was addicted to heroin. And actually, of this playing, I think that he was completely in the throes of addiction during this and died shortly after. Let me just fact check myself for a second. Fact checked. He didn't die right after this song. He died about 6 years later, but he was in the throes of addiction, in the throes of the pain that comes with addiction and feeling completely and utterly trapped. Gosh. And it sounds that way. It sounds like mourning your own life. And that is what depression feels like. It's just hitting me. And his voice. Who I am's been taken from me from addiction. Privacy is rape, and yet I find repeating in my head. If I can be better there. Oh my gosh. You guys, it's so I just, oh my gosh. I just want to hug him. That is so real. Like, this is what addiction feels like. It feels like who you are has been taken from you, and like you're somewhere inside yourself, but there's something else that's controlling your body and controlling your decisions. You know, my privacy is raked. I think this idea of like him being famous and his addiction being so publicized, he has no privacy. I saw something really interesting when I was doing research about Alice in Chains for this song, that someone came up to him and was like, "You're alive." Like, "Oh my gosh, I thought you had died." And like, how horrible would that be to have like people spreading rumors and saying things about you, and to be constantly having that information about all of your downfalls being repeated back to you. And yet I find if I can't be my own, I'd feel better dead. Like, if I cannot gain control of myself, if I cannot be the one that is in charge of me instead of this addiction that is completely controlling me, I'd feel better dead, because I'm looking at this mountain that's ahead of me, this mountain that I have to climb to get back to myself. And like, I just don't think I can do it. It looks like Mount Everest, and I've never even been trained how to climb a mountain. And I feel like this is so real. And if you can relate to this feeling of addiction, of depression, just feeling like it's completely taken over your body, and you're trying to search around inside for this semblance of self and trying to call it up within you, and you feel like you'd rather be better off dead, like, please share in the comments below, tag at HeartSupport, comment. Our comment section is a living support wall. Our community will respond with love and encouragement for you. You don't have to do this alone. There is someone you can cry to. You can cry to us here. And it just, I want to listen to this verse again, because it just like really, wow, it's so powerful. This is such a powerful song. I was not expecting it to sound like this. If I can be my own, I feel better there. You can. This song is such a gift to anyone who feels like they're going through it, who struggles with addiction, with depression. It's like a hard relate song. But I also think the title, Nutshell, offers us something. Like, I imagine the meaning of it is like, this is how I'm feeling in a nutshell. Wow. It's so interesting. This song is so powerful. And I think that if you're struggling with addiction, you can just listen to it, and it can be a hard relate song. But this idea of a nutshell is actually a really powerful thing when we think about it. Because when I'm thinking about this song, what I hear him saying is like, I'm somewhere in there, but I can't get out because this shell is too hard. The shell of addiction is too hard. It's sucked me in. It's too in control. And when we feel that way, when we feel choiceless about our life, like, it sounds like he feels like he has no choice over what happens to him, about what he does in his life. It's like addiction is choosing for me. Depression is choosing for me. My pain is making my choices for me. When we feel that way about a large area of our lives, like addiction, we paint our whole life with the brush of choicelessness. And we actually forget all of the small choices that we do have control over. And it's exemplified in the song that he forgets that, because he says, no one to cry to. That's not true. That's not true. There are choices. There are people around him that he could reach out to. And yet I fight. And yet I fight. Okay. That's a positive choice. I keep fighting. This battle all alone. That's a choice. No place to call home. That may or may not be a choice, but we can often create homes inside of ourselves in a variety of different ways. And we can make choices to take steps to do that. But the point is when we feel our life, a big area of our life has no choice, whether that's addiction, whether that's our relationship status, whether that's our job situation, we paint our life with this huge brush of choicelessness. And we're like, oh, I'm just in this nutshell. I'm trapped in here. I can't get it out. But the truth is like when we're cracking a nut, most of us these days don't have nutcrackers in our homes, okay? And let's pretend it's a really hard nut. It's going to take a couple times, like smashing it on the table or trying to peel it open to get it open. It's actually small choices will lead you to having the ability to control the bigger areas in your life that you feel choiceless against. Let's take addiction for an example. If you feel like you don't have a choice over your addiction, that addiction is ruling your life, a small choice that you could make would be to reach out for help. Now, that's not going to immediately solve your addiction, right? That's not going to immediately crack the shell of your nut. But over time, getting help from people and finding a support system and building and having them help you to find an alignment of choices. Maybe it's harm reduction. Maybe it's, there's medication for certain drug addiction to help with withdrawals, like whatever it is, you have choices in your life. And we forget that. And we forget that it's actually the small choices that lead to the shell cracking open over time. It's not usually one big thing. When we focus on like, I can't control this one big thing, we forfeit all of the choice that we actually do have. And so when you listen to this song, I want you to actually take a moment and be like, where am I this person? Where am I painting my life with the brush of choicelessness? Where am I painting my life with the brush of like, I am consumed and controlled by this, and this part of me that it's inside of me actually has no control or no choice, because I know that part of you does. That little nut inside of you, it can make a choice to reach out to a friend. It can make a choice to start therapy. It can make a choice to it can make a choice to wait, giving yourself 5 minutes before you go for the alcohol or for the drug, saying, I still want this in 5 minutes, then I'll do it. If I still want this in 5 minutes, you can make the choice to delay your addiction, right? You can make the choice to exercise. You can make the choice to start journaling. You can make all of these choices in your life that it might not seem like fix it right away, and they won't, but over time they will crack the shell, and then the nut will come out and you'll be free. I don't know if that was kind of a crazy analogy, but you guys, I think this song is really, really beautiful. And if you want to help people crack their nutshell, we want you to do that with us. We have hundreds and hundreds of people who open up about their struggles in the comments, on our support wall, on our Instagram, every single day. And we want you to help us support them. We can't do it on our own. So please volunteer. Click the link. We will train you. It's an incredible, incredible, incredible training. I think it's amazing. And it'll just help you be a better person in your life. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Okay. I love you. I want to see you more. Bye.